Well, this is it. We are at the end of the rough draft. I'm ready to start on part 7. Part 6 is still really rough, but I'm going to do that off stream. So, part 7. Here's what we're going to do. The whole idea that I have for part 7 is to copy part 3. So, copy and paste. Here's part 3. After the birthday celebration, life on the farm slid back into routine. So we're going to change this. We're going to change this to after Rick's talk with, we'll say after Rick's heart-to-heart. We'll say conversation with Greenie. Life on the life on the farm slid back into routine. And I'll probably change this later. We don't want to use the exact same simile. But I think I'm going to keep with one exception. And instead of Faye taking care of the seed, it's going to be Greenie continued to sort of establish itself as part of the family. I mean, it would be great to use, it grew into their hearts, grew into their lives. Greenie, what do I want to say? Continued to how about wrap its vines around their lives? That's kind of nice. That's kind of a nice thought. So then I can change these routines. Elm will be doing something different. She won't be organizing the root cellar. I'm not sure what she's going to be doing. It's going to be, well, Elm did this, Greenie did this. When, Mary did something, Greenie did something. That's probably going to have to get cut. Well, I mean, most of this is getting cut. She always said, all of this is going to go away. Okay. So just the general sort of way that it begins and the structure of that's going to stay. I might... One thing... Okay. Let's look at this last paragraph. Rick enjoyed the farm's routines, knew he could escape without their push on other stuff worth the aching back. He was full into them, drifting thoughtlessly. Okay. That's going to have to change, right? This part's going to get cut. And he was fully settled into them toward the harvest. See, the harvest will be finished, right? That's going to have to change too. I'm going to have to go back to part 3. I don't think he would be drifting thoughtlessly toward the harvest. The harvest is their busy. That would be a really busy time, planting and harvesting. The winter, he's probably going to be. Oh, but that's something interesting. Like, they're planting the seed right before the harvest. How did I not think of that? They're planting the seed right before the harvest. That doesn't necessarily make sense. So that's something I might have to change completely. Which wouldn't be that bad. Just I don't know. Have it be late spring. Well, see, and then but then I won't have the corn fully grown. Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. I'll figure something out. I mean, they can plant it in the fall. It doesn't matter. It's a magic seed. And because it's a magic seed, it could survive during the winter. That's fine. Again, it's fantasy. So technically, I can do whatever I want. You can't. There's nothing you can say. It's fantasy. It's not real. I make my own rules. So I think here, this we can keep. Him drifting thoughtlessly toward winter, and then I'll change the previous one so that he's actually like getting prepared for. But then I think I'm gonna keep this idea of until the morning Greenie I mean, I don't know. Do I want to give away the seeds? Until the morning Greenies. Yeah. Until the morning Greenies. Seeds. Took to the air. I do worry a little bit about, I've got clouds and then I have something else that's in the air, but not a big problem. Not a big problem. So I've got, where did it go? This is going away. It's not going to work. Oh no, what happened? Oh, let's try that again. Okay. Yeah, it's time to cut stuff. Yeah, here we go. This is going to go here. And I had some notes about things he sees in the house. I want that in here. We'll look at all this in a second. Show only for that new to be broken up by the plant. Dun, 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 the end. Okay. Rick has a heart-to-heart with the plant. Move elsewhere. Okay. That's going to go up here. No. Okay. That can go right there. Okay. So, after Rick's conversation with Greenie, life on the farm slid back into routine. With one exception, Greenie continued to wrap its vines around their lives. Okay, so while Elm, see, I do want to keep the structure, I think, but I had this idea of Rick walking through the house. I'm not sure. I mean, the main thing is the harvest, right? Let's type things. Let's not just brainstorm in my head. The whole point of this is to show Greenie helping them with the harvest. So, we would have while Rick and Nikki. That would be a good parallel because they were working together. Harvested ears of corn. Greenie. What would Greenie be doing? Greenie. Or better yet, maybe they don't even have to harvest the corn because Greenie's doing it. I know. Greenie helps in some way. They're going to be putting it into sacks or something, so I don't want Greenie to actually be like taking the ears of corn off the stalks. But I suppose Greenie could uproot the stalks that have already had everything taken off. That might be good. Uprooted empty stalks. Cinched full sacks. And something else. Cinched full sacks and cinched full sacks before carrying them to the bar. What would Elm be doing though? That's the thing. I'm not sure. I think her main thing is that she generally just kind of prepares the meals. But I'm not sure how I want Greenie to help her with that. I basically just have this image of these vines. There's just vines everywhere that are kind of moving around, helping carry things, pick things up, lift things. So if she prepared a snack, I suppose. This would be good. This would be good. While Elm prepared meals. Greenie, I don't want to say helped. Greenie's leaf creatures. I need a good name for those. We'll have to have Faye come up with a name. The leaf creatures. Because Greenie is a magic plant, it basically leaves sort of fold themselves into little creatures that look like praying mantises or other things. And I think that's the best way that Greenie could help Elm in the kitchen. Greenie's leaf creatures. Brought her ingredients, set the table, and even carried the occasional snack out to the fields. Yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. And then I'm not sure what Mary's going to be doing. Probably feeding the animals. fed the animals. I'm thinking about changing the order though. While Mary fed the animals, Greenie. I'm not sure. I'm thinking Greenie cleaned all their, I mean, their poop, basically. I need to find a better way to say poop. Manure, I mean, you know, waste and uneaten, you know, food scraps. It even... I don't want to do... I want to keep it simple. I mean, Greenie could definitely help clean up after the animals. It's a plant. The manure would help it. It would help it grow. I'm just trying to think, do I want it to be some kind of... Is it somehow devouring? Because it already has these sort of fly trap mouths, so it could have more of those for cleaning up the waste, but I don't... That doesn't quite feel right. If I really need inspiration for that, I'll go online and I'll just look at some pictures of different plants, and that'll take care of that. But that's good enough for now. And then I think you know, Faye's got to fit in here somewhere. So let's move this up here. And I think I'm going to have to add something here before I get to the wiles. Rick had told the plant he didn't want it growing in his bedroom. You know, didn't want unseen eyes watching he and Elm during their private moments, even if it was only a plant. But it's not only a plant, it's a magic plant. Him and Elm during their private moments. Didn't want unseen eyes watching him. Didn't want unseen eyes watching him and Elm during their private moments. Rick had told he didn't want to, and so far it had heeded his warning. But the moment he stepped out into the hall each morning Plant creatures scampered by Why am I spelling scampered so wrong? What's wrong with me? Scampered by. So the cat, I had to know. Don't forget about leaves that change into praying mantis type creatures. Cats swatting at them, they fall apart and then reform. Yes. So that fits here. Plant creatures scampered by swatted apart by cat. I don't remember if I gave the cat a name. They fell apart and reformed. Oh, hold on. The moment he stepped out into the hall each morning, plant creatures scampered by. I'm pretty sure I've used scampered a couple times in this story, at least twice, so I probably don't want to use it again. I'll do something else. They'll actually be doing something, not just scampering. Maybe scuttled. Scuttled is a good word for insect type creatures. Scuttled past. Cat swatted them. Swatted at them. Yeah. Cat swatted at them near the landing. That's what you would call the top of the stairs, the area right at the top of the stairs, so that works. Half-heartedly. Knowing by now that moments after they fell apart, they would reform and continue at their play. Maybe they're kind of playing around. Okay, so this is where basically what I'm doing is at the end of part 6, Rick goes into the house. And that's the end of that part. The only problem is I was going to have him have this heart-to-heart with the plant at night. I really liked the idea of everyone else being in bed asleep, and he goes out and talks to the plant at night. But it's not gonna allow me to do what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to end this part with Rick going into the house, so that part 7 begins with him waking up in the morning and walking through the house, and now we see the plant in the house, just so that there's a little bit of a moment of anticipation. Well, wait, I want to see what's in the house. Well, okay, here you go. It's in this part. Just give the reader a moment to breathe and anticipate. So I suppose I could make this part 8. This could be part 7. I mean, I can have those spaces. That's fine. It's not going to say part 7 in the finished product. I mean, this is all going to change. So that's probably what I'll do. I think that's a good idea. He goes into the house, and then we see him at night. He's talking to the plant, so we have a little bit more anticipation, and then we get to him waking up in the morning and we see what's going on in the house. Okay, so I think the only other thing is the rooms, the kids' bedrooms. But I'm not sure. I think Faye's room, it's about the lights, the same lights that were in the root cellar, the flowers. And probably along the hallway too. Because knowing by now that Mom said that they would reform me at their play. Oh geez. I'm thinking about the vines. I'm trying to think about a lot of things. I'm thinking about it's early morning. There's light coming in through the windows. I mean, he would wake up at dawn. Dawn. What do they always say in the Odyssey? Homer always wrote about the dawn. If I can find it. It's not at the beginning. Yeah, here we go. Book 2, Telemachus set sail. When young Dawn with her rose-red fingers shone once more. Yeah, it's always Dawn with her fingers. As the sun sprang up. That's book 3. Let's see, what does book 5 say? As Dawn rose up from bed by her lordly mate Tithonus, bringing light to immortal gods and mortal men. Yeah, I mean, most of the time the book starts with Dawn. Let's see. Book 7. Nope. Book 8. When young Dawn with her rose-red fingers shone once more. Yeah, same, like exact same thing. The Bewitching Queen. Sorry. I have to sate my curiosity about this. 10, 11. Oh, this book. The pages are printed really, really oddly. I'm not sure why. They're not regular. There's this weird sort of... The pages aren't level. Which I kind of like, but it makes it hard to go through. Parts of the book just more naturally your finger goes to. All right. So Dawn, crept the hall. On golden feet. but Greenie's, you know, magic blue lights still glowed overhead. The iridescent flowers not filled, dotted the ceiling of nearly every room in the farmhouse. Thickest in Faye's room. She'd always been scared at night. That's something I'll have to add earlier. But no more. In fact, Faye's entire bedroom changed daily as Greenie discovered new ways to delight her. And then I could list a couple of things. One morning, da-da-da. The next, da-da-da. And only yesterday, da-da-da. But I have no idea what I actually want the plant to do. I'll have to do some brainstorming for that. This is getting a little bit longer than I want it to be. I don't want to spend too much time in the house, but I want people to see what's going on in the house. Mary's the one that I'm always kind of struggling with, and Nikki too. Greenie's presence was nearly invisible in Mary and Nikki's rooms. The now familiar light flowers grew sparsely. And the occasional plant creature wandered in. But like Rick, the older children seemed to value their privacy. That didn't mean Greenie didn't sneak a vine in every now and then to, clean up discarded clothes, or what else would they leave laying around? Or dirty dishes that never that never should have left the kitchen. I don't think I need to say that. Simple. Clean up discarded clothes or dirty dishes. That's pretty universal. I feel like most kids, they have dirty clothes that they just throw somewhere, and they have dirty dishes. They use a cup and they never take it back to the kitchen. That also didn't mean Greenie didn't sneak a vine and clean up the... Okay. I was thinking about having them of doing repetition. That didn't mean Greenie didn't da-da-da. That didn't mean they didn't thank Greenie for cleaning up after them. I'll add it. For its unseen it. I don't know. Even though I just wrote it, I already don't like it. Oh yeah, see, now I've got the strike through. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna keep that. That didn't mean Greenie didn't sneak a vine in every now and then to clean up discarded clothes or dirty dishes. Okay, so their rooms are fairly empty, and then we're gonna see the kitchen because of Ellen preparing meals. While Mary fed the animals, Greenie cleaned all their waste and uneaten food scraps. And while Rick and Nikki harvested ears of corn, Greenie uprooted empty stalks and cinched full sacks before carrying them to the barn. Don't forget about leaves, cast water. That's done. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Rick enjoyed the farm's routines. Last time I used a cartwheel into a track. Rick enjoyed it. Easing into them as he would a warm bath. That's a fun image. Easing into them with the same, not pleasure, with the same kind of comfort as he would. Yeah, I mean, it would be comforting. With the same comfort. He enjoyed during a warm bath. But I want to keep that original, easing into them as he would a warm bath. Because I'm not sure which one I like more. The simpler one might be better. Easing into them with the same comfort he enjoyed during a warm bath. Yeah. Until the morning, Greenie seeds took to the air. I'll have to describe the seeds. Would they be the same as the one that he brought home? I don't think so. And I think that would be an important point, that they weren't the same, that they're smaller, less threatening. The seed that he brought home was big. I mean, it was really big. Hey, Meowfa. Until the morning, Greenie's seeds took to the air. Okay. They were smaller than the one he brought home. How do I want to describe them? I think they would be the sort of little seed with some kind of almost a stem, and they would have thin sort of tendrils to help them sort of float away, like milkweed seeds. Is that what I'm thinking of? Milkweed seeds. Oh, exactly, yeah. Milkweed seeds. I mean, those are really beautiful. Those are fun to describe too. The thin gossamer strands, tendrils. Much smaller than the one he brought home. Each seed no larger than a grain of rice. They poured from pods on the roof. Which Mary had seen during her... Well, that's not important. They poured from pods on the roof. Thin gossamer strands catching a chill autumn breeze. Oh God, I wish I had one of my books. Let's see. Is this gonna open? Oh, it's gonna open in Word. Let me open this here in... is this gonna work? From the computer. Upload. Browse. Quotes. I have time to waste. I'm at the end. Pop up. What's the pop up? Alright, one more time. Let's try this again. Open. Upload. Browse. Quotes. Open. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have a whole file of quotes that I like. And there should be one from... Oh, where is it? I know it's here. It's one of my favorites. It's not Edward Abbey. It's... Oh, it must be way down. Annie Dillard, Pilgrim at Tinker Creek. She has some really great quotes. Or is it Big Grass? No, it's not Big Grass. No. And he goes, oh, yes, exactly. Here's the quote. This one. This is what I'm thinking about as I'm writing about these seeds. The little things are important. A warm bed, the sunrise hitting a single blade of grass, petting a dog, eating dessert first, unexpectedly seeing your girlfriend in Commons, a kiss on the cheek, the smell of washed hands, clothes fresh from the dryer, finding that your fingers fit perfectly into the spaces between someone else's fingers. Flung is too harsh a word for the rush of the world. Blown is more like it, but blown by a generous, unending breath. That breath never ceases to kindle, exuberant, abandoned. Frayed splinters spatter in every direction and burgeon into flame. And now when I sway to a fitful wind, alone and listing, I will think maple key. If I am a maple key falling, at least I can twirl. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it comes, I think, at the end of the book. But I really love that idea that we are all seeds being flung through the world. And then she says, no, that's too much. Blown by a generous, unending breath. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not going to be able to write something as beautiful as that. There's no way. It's too good. It's too good. They poured from on thin gossamer strands, catching a chill autumn breeze. But I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna attempt something that's that's really like beautiful and descriptive. Rising, barely visible. They passed. This is in a morning, right? They passed. Rising, barely visible. Rising on the barest breath, barely visible. They... Something about carrying a promise. That's gonna be... I mean, this is the end. It needs to be really beautiful. I want it to be beautiful. What will they be magical too? Probably, Elm said. I had this idea, will they grow into monsters? I'm not sure who's going to be saying these things. I know Rick's going to be saying this. Ours, not ours. Greenie didn't. Rick said. I reckon. But I don't, I reckon we'll find out. I don't know if I still want to end with that. I reckon it all depends on where they land. Or it could be. It could be. I mean, don't forget, they are kind of near the sea. Like, there is a sea there. So the seeds could be headed towards the sea. Or they could be, headed to someone else's farm. There's no telling how far they'll travel or what kind of people they'll meet. That's not bad. That's kind of a nice thought to end the story on. The idea that the seeds are kind of like children going out into the world. It's the last line. It'll change. I'm trying to think of something about farming. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Very ominous. I mean, I want it to be hopeful, but yes, I do want that. I do want that hint of, oh, well, who knows? I mean, there's always the possibility that I can bring it back to Faye and her love of Greenie. I mean, I don't want it to be too on the nose. I don't want the father to be saying, oh, it all just depends on what kind of people they meet. If they meet kind people, maybe they'll be kind. I don't want to spell it out for the reader. It's better to keep it a little bit vague. Okay. So that's it. That's the end of the rough draft.